told you that we're gonna play the game. So before I get started, I'm gonna go options. I'm gonna put the game PC, and I'm gonna use the maximum amount of lives just to be kinda safe, as we can say. Question mark? I don't know. Well, you got the idea. So okay, to start. So I'm gonna make the countdown since the character selection screen. So yeah, I'm gonna make countdown from 3. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so as I've said before, this is a Streets of Rage 2. This is a game developed and released by Sega back in 1992 for Japan and 1993 for the rest of the world. It got a version for the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive, which is the one that I'm using right now, and also an alternative version for the Sega Master System. This game is placed 1 year after the first title, once that we defeat Mr. X. But now in this new game, the Skate Brother, which is another character of the game, got kidnapped by Mr. X and his gang that are annoying the people again, so to battle against them, and we can resist to keeping dancing, just to don't dance because these tunes are so amazing. Yuzo Koshiro made a very good work with a lot of soundtracks, the Sega Genesis, including the Street Fighter franchise. So things like this makes that you can bless about the console having a headphone jack, because the soundtrack is so amazing. The game is divided by 8 stages, and this first stage is not something big as we can say. Some few little stuff. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not important or something like that. So I hope that Twitch is not being a troll right now. And I say that because I hope that the staff doesn't have problems trying to change the game and the stream title. You know, Twitch being Twitch as always. So we start on the city, and then we go to this bar, and then we're gonna go to the outside of it, to the back part, or I don't know how to say it. Because as we know, this is an international speedrunning marathon, and the big part of this is that we are gonna have a lot of runners from different countries, and as we can see, I have the Mexican flag because I'm from Mexico, meaning that my principal language is not English, it's Spanish. So I'm trying to do my best, trying to speak as fluid as I can, but well, that's not the principal point. So we have this first boss fight on this game, which is against Barbum, but also these AI characters are gonna be annoying us. And since we know that Sega Genesis got 3 buttons when the console was released, so we're aware about how. Well, we're aware that the controller has 3 buttons, so each button has its own special thing, special stuff. The A button is the special attacks that I'm gonna be reserving for some occasions, like on the last boss from the stages, because as we can see, if I use these attacks, my health bar goes down, so it's not so good that I use it during the stage with regular enemies. So sometimes I'm gonna be doing that, that's a fact, against some minor enemies, but I'm gonna try to don't do that a lot. I also can find some stuff like some chickens and some cakes in order to refill my health bar. With the B button, it's the regular attack input, so if I mix that input with another one, so I can get another kind of attacks, and the C button is for jump. So the most fastest way to move as Axel is just keeping jumping and making a kick on the air. You move slightly faster when you jump, but if you make the kick on the air, you can keep the speed of the jump for a bit, making that we can save a little amount of time here. And also the moment when we start to time this game is after 7 seconds after we choose a character, because that's the moment when we start to get a control on our character. So if we want to know the real time based on the rules of the game, we just need to subtract 7 seconds to the final time. But this is a run for a marathon. I don't think that it's gonna be something important, but I just say this for general knowledge. So sometimes I'm gonna try to make that I can get both enemies on the same position, because it doesn't matter which kind of attack did I do, but if there's a lot of enemies on the same point I throw the hit, it's gonna be faster since the same attack is gonna affect all the enemies. And this is something funny because there are gonna be moments, I don't know if we're gonna be able to watch it during the run. I hope that we can, because it's funny that sometimes when an enemy attacks to us and there's another enemy close to him, the enemies can damage themselves, which is funny that they are attacking their own teammates. I found that funny. But sometimes it can turn annoying because you can be attacking some enemies, a bunch of enemies, but for example, if there are 3 guys, probably when you're hitting 2, a third one is attacking us, so we're gonna lose time on that situation. And the reason of that is because sometimes when we throw the attacks, we don't get the correct position for the enemy. And this is the second boss fight. This is Jet. It's annoying because as we can see, he's on a jetpack, so it's kinda difficult to hit him, but thanks to his shadow I can try to manage the position about where does he is, so I can try to find the correct way to make a kick and hit him, and this was the second stage of the game. Now it's time to move to the third stage, while we keep hearing these amazing songs. Definitely I can say that a good way to know how cool though the Sega Genesis was with its sounds and capabilities, it's with a lot of their games. For example, the Sonic franchise has a good piece of soundtrack. Streets of Rage, it's another good trilogy to showcase the amazing work that was possible to do with the Sega Genesis. And also, if we wanna enter into a hype mode, some months ago, Streets of Rage 4 was announced. So this game is gonna have its comeback since a long time ago, since the third title was published. And at the same time I keep waiting until Sega announces more details about that game, because I really wanna play it. From the trilogy, many people said that the second game, well, this one, it's the best of the trilogy, because Streets of Rage is fine, it's cool, but if you start to play the second title and then you wanna move to the first one, you're gonna feel the controls of the characters kinda weird. And also the graphics, all the designs and the backgrounds of the characters changed a lot between the first 2 games. Well, sometimes some people, like myself, doesn't want to recognize the third title as an actual exciting title because it's bad. Some people like it because Sega tried to redefine the concept of the game, but it was a kind of weird concept. Well, it depends about the people. Also, some enemies are gonna have some special objects that we can get and can use against them, or if we get them, we just throw it outside of the screen. I'm gonna try to do that sometimes, because if I left that object on the floor and there's more enemies, it's more probable that one of that enemies are gonna try to pick that item, and that's gonna be bad because they can attack me with it, making that I lose more time. And also something awful that I'm gonna be doing, not on purpose, it's gonna be taken outside of the screen to the character. This is not something good, because if you make that they go out of bounds, and you get close to the edge of the screen, it's gonna be harder to make that they reappear on the screen, making that you are gonna waste a huge amount of time. And I need to be careful if I want to destroy this island X because they can damage me. But at the same time, if I destroy them, it's because it's probably that also one enemy go to the position where the egg was, making that the enemy receive some damage. So we're getting close to the end of this surface stage. And also I need to be careful about some enemies that can make some special character, like this guys with the purple jackets that make some kind of slide. And I'm trying to hit this alien, but I cannot do that. Okay, I got it. I lose a little amount of time there, but it's fine. Sometimes for me it's kinda complicated to find the correct spot to hit these guys. And sometimes I'm gonna make some damage abuse because my health bar is so low. And I'm gonna do that on purpose in some occasions because that can help me to refill my health bar, obviously, when you do the respawn. Sometimes, like, the life that I have lost on this stage and this last section is because I'm dumb, not because I have done that on purpose. I'm just gonna do that as a last resource. It's a lot of recourse, but it's not even gonna be this time. So I'm fighting against Samsai. Probably this is gonna be the only kind of boss that I'm not gonna be using the special attack, because we can see also this enemy jumps on some random spots. And since I don't have a shadow, it's kind of complicated to me to locate where the position of the enemy is. And yeah, this boss fight is kind of annoying for me. I'm gonna die again. Don't worry, the game has a continue option, but since I have put the amount of lives to the maximum, and it's not a big deal to gain extra lives, I don't think it's gonna be a problem for the rest of the run. Definitely I haven't lagged that last section, I have wasted a huge amount of time, but I consider a good estimate for this run. My PV is at 34.57, if somebody was having that doubt. Sometimes some enemies has more health than another ones, so if I don't defeat some of them faster, I'm gonna keep them to a side, focusing on other ones. Because there are gonna be another chances like this that they're gonna move close to me when I'm attacking another enemy, meaning that obviously I am gonna be able to make them damage when I wasn't focused on them. Sometimes if I make that some enemies go out of the screen and then I manage to, well, I don't know what I was saying. What I was trying to say is that sometimes some enemies are gonna go out of bounds like this, but I'm gonna have the advantage that some of them get so close to me that at the time that they respawn I can make an attack and I can hit them, saving some time comparing these instead of waiting until them appeared on the screen again. Like on this example, my mistake. Went so out of the screen, so I wasn't able to hit him. Excuse me, thank you. And also, we can notice something funny about some enemies. As we can see, technically the enemies are the same, just the color palette changes. And the funny part can be shown once we see the names of the enemies. For example, we're gonna see a big guy here, and we're gonna associate his name. So if we wanna see the name, we need to hit them. So, for example, this fat guy called Big Ben. It's a good surname, I should say. Sorry, it's a good nickname. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest. Okay, I'm dumb. I shouldn't have done that. He went out of the screen. So I'm here. I'm gonna make the jump, and there we go. I just put on this position because if I am in another part of the screen, Axel is gonna move to that spot. So I saved some seconds if I go through that direction. So it's so rare that I cannot do that. Mostly that happens when I don't defeat Big Ben close to this spot. Also, some enemies like Bayatko are gonna fall down from the roof, and I need to put attention to the position of them. Otherwise, I'm gonna receive some damage, like we have seen here, because I forgot that he spawned there. The position of about where does they spawn are the same, so I need to have a good muscular memory. Like with this guy with Hakuro, that wasn't a big deal because I have put another position on the screen. Then another two of these are gonna fall down on a bit. Also, sometimes it's gonna be good that some enemies hit me when I am trying to hit another ones, and the reason of that is because in some way they cancel my attacks once I beat some of them. Cutting some of the time I'm gonna be using to fit them. Now it's time to put Axel at the right corner of the screen, because he's gonna walk like that, as you can see, saving all time. Now it's time to watch the ability battle. And by the way, if I press the D-pad up button plus C button, I'm not gonna receive damage if I fall down. That's gonna happen when an enemy catch me and throw me through the air. So now ability can be sometimes kinda complicated to beat. So now I'm gonna make a damage boosting. I'm gonna die in a bit. I'm gonna wait until he defeats me. For now I'm gonna try to keep hitting him in order to get some timing, and I'm gonna be able to do my special attacks like this. It's gonna be here, I start to do the attacks. It's gonna hit me once time, and I just need to do that last special attack, and everything is gonna be done. Okay, not that kind of attack, well, not that kind of position. That was awful, but it's fine, it's fine. Okay, there we go. Ability defeated, and now up to this point we have hit the half of the game. Time to move to tricky stage number 5. And now we are on a ship. Also, when some enemies like this one that has a knife, I need to remember exactly in which positions they spawn, so I can make an air attack. Well, an attack on the air, and with it, I'm not gonna receive any kind of damage with the knife, making that he throws a knife and I'm gonna be safe. That's cool, isn't it? Bad guy appears on the screen. There we go. Something good about these screens where the screen goes into some fade outs, it's that it doesn't matter the position that I finish. But on the ones that the screen is gonna scroll, I need to be so careful. I'm gonna try to keep this variation of the first boss on the screen. Sometimes, fortunately for this kind of enemies, it's not so complicated to keep them on the same position if there's a wall close to them. Also, you can try to do that with the bosses, with the final bosses, but it's more complicated. another variation of Jet, but now this guy it's called Match and he has purple here. Here. Cake on the air. Here's the cake. And probably this is the worst screen of this stage. Mostly due to Match trying to avoiding him when there are more enemies on the screen. It's not something easy for me. If he makes this air attack, I'm not gonna be able to hit him. I need to make that he makes the punch in the air, so I'm gonna be able to hit him. Otherwise, it's gonna be kinda complicated for me. I was gonna say here we go, but I missed it. For dump way. Here we go. Let's keep going. I'm gonna try to don't make the damage boosting here because I'm gonna need to refill my health for the last boss. Okay, never mind. These guys are gonna. One of these guys is gonna kill me. Okay, the grenade made it work. It's not bad. It's not so bad. It's some air on the air. 3 guys were defeated. Time to move to the last boss. The problem here, as we can see, are the other enemies on the screen. And now, since this rude boy hasn't got another appearance on a Punch-Out game, we're gonna have it here. I'm dumb, why have I done that? No! Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna die. I don't wanna die. It's like now I don't have any other option. A couple of special attacks and okay. There we go. Second boss defeated. Fifth boss defeated. I don't know what I'm saying. Now it's time to keep it going. And also, as usual of Sega at that time, we can hear that the characters has voices. Something that Genesis does, but Nintendo don't. But let's be honest, they have a voice line, they have voice acting, but who understand what does this guy say there? They say, for example, when I make this punch, it sounds like Axel was saying get a car or something like that. Honestly, I don't understand. Sega will know what they were trying to do, but honestly I don't understand what they were trying to do over here. Okay, Thunder defeated. It's time to peasant. If I got lucky, he's gonna appear here. Okay, he's not. Here, okay. Thank you. Now, keep walking on the jungle. Another guy is gonna spawn. I'm glad that I have put at the correct position. It looks like Hakuyo doesn't get enough, and also Kohaku doesn't, so they're spawning again. I like to defeat the enemies before that screen screen because I've tried to make them move there, but for my standards, that's not something fast. Government's not being a good guy. Well, he's an enemy, so I'm not so worried about him. I'm glad about that. Get here! Okay, that's good. Nice hit. I don't need to focus so much on these guys that are on the motorbikes. Just some few of them are the ones that respawn. The other ones are just enemies that appear zones, so I shouldn't be so worried about them. Dude, I'm forgetting how to speak. How that is possible? It's time to go to the last section, and we have another Samba variation, but it's called Soda. Now it's a bit easier to defeat this boss, but still, another variation of Jet is not cooperating because... Okay, get wrecked. No. Okay. I don't know why I'm failing this. It's not supposed that I fail this. Like this. Nope. Oh god, I don't like how this is going. So the enemy that I need to focus on is Soder, because when I defeat this guy, the level finishes. Close, I can feel it. Can you feel it? Gonna die. There we go. Hey, yeah, we got an Axel alive, yay! Now this guy is called Pet. What should be the reason about that? Honestly, I don't know and I don't care. But that cake, it's mine, it's not from Buffett. Here. Let's keep going. And keep going and keeping jumping and making some kicks on the air. Okay, this section was cool, except for that I speak so earlier. Oh, come on! Let's... On this platform, it's gonna be moving a bit once we defeat all the enemies. It's not complicated too. beat this. The problem's gonna be when there's a lot of enemies on the screen. I'm gonna be trying to move most of them to the right side of the screen. As we can see, the out of bounds just happens on the left side. And these jetpack guys are not gonna fly till I am on the same spot like them. There we go. So as we can see, Nihuma throw me on the air and also catch Seiru. That's what I was referring with. The same enemies throwing their teammates. So again, we're gonna be watching some variant versions of some mid-bosses and some final bosses from other stages. No, I haven't pressed A. I probably have pressed it and I haven't noticed that. Well, I don't know what I'm saying A in my case. A in my case should be Y because I'm using a SNES Classic controller because I'm playing the Virtual Console version. Also, this game has been released on Genesis Ultimate Collection for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive Classics for PT, and for the Genesis Mega Drive Ultimate Collection for PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch, so you should give it a try, it's a pretty cool game. Okay, time to see the last boss fight. They're gonna be against two robots, probably I'm gonna die, they're gonna be something good to refill my health. But not for to attack these guys. I need to be careful because they can also do that attack. That's gonna be the worst attack that I can receive because it's a faster attack and it's kinda hard to avoid. Nope. I wanna put it down. Okay, with these guys I don't be so worried about the out of bounds because sometimes they're gonna jump on the same spot that I am. Attacking, and there we go. Now it's time to go through stage 8, which is the last stage of this game, meaning that also we're close to the end of the run. So be ready because after this we're gonna have Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Here are the Pressure Fest Winter Rush 2019. You know, it's weird for me to say that we are on winter or something like that, talking about January and starting February, because usually we associate winter as Christmas and December. I don't know, it's kinda weird for me, but at least for me as I say. I've died again. Okay, definitely this is not my best way to play, but it's fine. Everything was fine, I'm gonna finish under my estimate, which I'm not so worried. I was so generous with it. Here we go. Time to move to the next screen. So now we're on this elevator and we're close to reach Mr. Egg. So we're gonna see again some alternative versions from the final bosses from the other stages. Some of them are not gonna be hard to defeat, like this guy that I got trolled by him because I had moved on the wrong position, so he was able to kick me. Most of them are easy to move to a side of the screen. But the problem keeps being this special enemy, which is called Nail. We're gonna have the Badidi variant later, but it's not so hard. It's tricky, but not hard. But the complicated one, it's Nail. Oh no. Okay, for the first time in a long time ago, I'm probably gonna need to use a continue over here. And I don't want that it happens. And I don't want to use the special attacks against these guys. But I need to keep the most health as I can, because I'm gonna be using the special attacks at the end. Okay. This was pretty bad. The show needs to keep going. Now it's time to see the Abadidi variant, and again, we're gonna have problems. Okay. The good part of this alternative version is that he's gonna go down the screen, so I can keep it easily in a specific spot. That doesn't mean that this was easy. Sometimes the game can troll me. Here, and the good part of the game is that moving between some screens, your health, you gain more health, and obviously it's increased health part. And well, this is the first. This can be considered as the mid boss of this last stage, which is Shiva. While Mr. X is watching the fight. I'm gonna be trying to keep at the middle of the stage so I can make this guy moves to this section. And I'll try to avoid his attacks. Okay, I don't want to use that special attack, but I haven't got any other option. Just a simple kick, please. Okay, there we go. Now it's time to go against Mr. X. But the only problem is that my health is not gonna refill here. And just one extra hit and it's over. But it's gonna be safe because I'm gonna have my continues. Okay, I have died. I use a continue. So, against Axel. It has been a long time since I got this I needed to use a continue in this game. I'm surprised about this, not gonna lie. And also when Mr. X starts to shooting, the other enemies can be affected also. And it's not something easy to get close to him shooting. And okay, just one hit and the run is gonna finish. By the way, the timer is gonna stop once the stage 8 bit its signal appears on the screen, so be ready for the time. And time. Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna say that I was surprised about myself because I have died a lot. Sometimes it's not so common that happens. For me, it's so weird. It has been a long time since I have used a continue here, but the good part is that I just used one, so it wasn't so bad at all. And I want to assume that I finished under my estimate because the staff forgot to stop the timer. Time? Well, I was timing this with my split, so basing this into the official rules of the game, of the timing, it was a 38-1. If I should have given my estimate 38, if I started the timer when I started to move Axel, probably I should have went out of estimate for 1 second. But You know, this was good. I'm not gonna complain about this because I have practiced this run, and believe me, I got out full time before, so I was considering about if it was a good idea to keep my estimate like that, but okay, where does the streamer is? Well, I think that's everything by my part. So this is what's Street Review. You wanna give me a follow to this channel. My Twitch channel is twitch.tv/fantasmames. If you have problems to guess which name is because it's in Spanish, you can visit my speedrun.com profile, speedrun.com/GhostSenpai, as it's right on screen as my runner name. And you can check my profile and you're gonna get the Twitch link. I don't run so much Rage 2 right now, because I was taking a break of the game, so getting this game into this marathon is a good excuse to work again on this title, because I'm not done with this. I just was taking a very long break, but now it's time to get back into this. I'm mostly a Crash Bandicoot speedrunner, but recently I got absorbed by Splatoon 2, and probably I'm gonna be running the first title in the future. And on this month of February, I'm gonna start learning Resident Evil 4 on its Steam version. So I'm gonna give it a follow, that'll be fine. Otherwise, let's keep enjoying the marathon. So on a bit, we're gonna have, as I've said before, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Second run that's gonna be done by Calm Lamide. So hey, it looks like we don't have our streamer. What can we do? Okay, like the streamer appeared and there's a timer late, but it's fine. So, well, I think that I'm done with this, so it's time to say goodbye, and it's time to enjoy some Final Fantasy action. So, see you people, keep having a good time and keep watching the marathon. This was my only scheduled run, so I enjoy it. So, bye bye people, and see you. Peace.